Well, I think it's also important that, as educators, we reach out to each other. It's kind of surprising that you have these, we were listening to these teachers literally across the country, but they felt this was the first time that they could talk about these issues and talk about, what they were going through. And I guess I have such a little clique in my school that I don't always think about the fact that there are so many other teachers that, they're the lone wolf in the sense that they're advocating for their students, but everybody else may not feel that way in that building. And so we have a lot of these little situations, these little microcosms where, these teachers do feel that burden of wanting to do more and feeling that, that pressure of saying, what's more that I can do. But as at the same time, like, Dr. Rosenberg and you've mentioned, the self-care is just so important, because you can't give from an empty cup, right? So it's so important that while we want to do more for others, we also have to do for ourselves first and
Right.
understand that, as a teacher, yes, our roles have changed dramatically. And I think everybody definitely felt that, but it's also important that to know that sometimes just listening to students and just being that presence and just being that sort of energy in the room, even if it is through a Zoom classroom, is really sometimes that is enough. And it's just enough to get through that lesson, or it's just enough to get through that moment, and then we can move on with the rest of our days. But it was really impactful for me just to hear everybody talk about such a collective experience for everybody. And it didn't matter where you taught or who your students were in your classroom. I mean, we are really truly going through a very, very much a collective experience right now, and it's
Absolutely.
bringing us together.
Yeah, and I think that the silver lining is that it does. We are when things get turned around and thrown around and upside down like they are, both in terms of issues around racism and criminal justice reform and then also in terms of like our education system, which one of the reasons that another theme I notice is that the reason why people are struggling is because there wasn't a sound system in place in a lot of education systems, schools around the country, to support the students and the teachers and the rest of the school staff. And so it took one global pandemic to really shed a light on that. And the silver lining is when you have things just getting thrown around, it does bring people together, because you're kind of like, what do we do here? We need to fix this and change this. But on the other hand, the lack of boundaries that people were feeling was also a big theme, like this idea of having a tough time figuring out when to turn off the phone, turn off the group chat with students. And I think that Dr. Rosenberg made a really good point that was just so obvious, but I wasn't thinking about that, which is like, oh wait, we're not licensed professionals, right? And so we do need to realize that, just teaching is an act of an act of love. And getting on that Zoom every day like we were doing, and even when kids weren't showing up, them knowing that you are a consistent force showing up for them even if they weren't there is helpful. And sometimes you don't need to be like trying to be like a novice therapist for them. Being just a teacher is helpful, knowing that you're this constant in their life. So I appreciated Dr. Rosenberg saying that. And for Juan, I appreciate you reminding all the teachers throughout the session that they're enough and their self-worth and self-care is important wherever you're teaching, whether it's virtually or in a classroom.